those numbers, State written below. Maroon trunks with gold and black trim. Meanwhile, Arkansas State wearing their home white jerseys with the red A-State logo across their chest. Red numbers written below. White trunks with the red and black trim. A-State wins the tip, and we're underway here in Jonesboro. Glad you're with us on this Saturday night all across the EAB Red Wolf Sports Network. Texas State begins in a man defense. Townsend with a floater from just inside the right elbow. Missed it right off a rebound. Texas State came down with it. Townsend tried to strip it from behind, but knocked it out of bounds. Texas State will come down to the other end on their first possession. They like to wind the shot clock down. They keep the game in the 60s on a regular basis. In fact, they've held their last 9 opponents to under 70 points. Joel Wright gives left side on the wing to the senior Phil Hawkins, 6 foot out of Washington, D.C. Top of the key, this is Gant. Give it left side to Hawkins, right side on the wing. Over to Reed Cannon. Cannon feeds baseline to Gant, takes one dribble, jump stop in the paint, gets it to go over Van Slyke, and Texas State's on the board. 45 seconds in, it's 2-0 Bobcats. Here come the Red Wolves. Dickerson feeds Van Slyke up high in the paint to Washington. Right corner, Townsend for 3. Yes. And that's a big one there for Ed. Hopefully that'll get him going offensively. It was great defensively the other night. And now the left corner 3 by Wesley Davis is good on the other end. Puts Texas State on top 5-3. So Texas State not wasting any time there. That's not the norm for Danny Casper's team. Ed Townsend between the circles, dribbles onto the left side. Now feed it up top to Van Slyke. It's knocked away into the backcourt by Joel Wright. Touch Van Slyke last, and now Texas State will inbound right in front of the A-State bench. 18:36 remaining opening half. 5-3 our score. Bobcats on top of the Red Wolves as Cannon will get it inbounds to Phil Hawkins, blanketed by Rakeem Dickerson. Both teams beginning in a man defense. Now Hawkins dribbles into the corner. Onto the wing. Bounce feed. Takes 2 hops into the hands of Gant. He faces the basket as he tries to dribble into Van Slyke. Cut off at the double team. Give it to Cannon up top. His 3 misses long. Rebound goes to A-State. Townsend streaking past everybody. Now dribbles onto the left baseline. Back pedals into the corner. Stops his dribble. Bounce feed goes on the elbow to Washington. Back to Townsend. Driving baseline. Shot off the glass. No good, but he was fouled. 18:06 remaining opening half. Ed Townsend goes to the line. You heard the comments from John Brady before the game. Said that Ed Townsend came awful close to playing a perfect game in every area the other night except for his shot. He was 1 for 6 from the field. Finished with 9 points, but he was just so good defensively. Just locking in on Redger Dow, the league's leading scorer, holding him to just 9 points. Townsend hits both free throws. He's got all 5 points for Arkansas State. We're tied at 5 with 18:05 remaining in the half. Full court pressure shown by Dickerson and Townsend in the backcourt as Davis gets it across the timeline. Now dribbles inside the arc, kick it on the baseline again. On the wing now to Davis. Feed it between the circles to Wright. On the wing to Cannon. Give it up top to Davis. He dribbles in the paint. Little runner over Townsend is good. Tough shot. Got it to go. And Texas State leads it by a deuce at 7-5. 17:40 remaining opening half from Jonesboro. Dickerson, high screen up top from Van Slyke. Get the bounce feed inside to Washington. He turns and lays it home off the glass. We're tied at 7. 2.5 minutes in here in Jonesboro. Texas State leading the league in scoring defense, although they're dead last in the league in field goal percentage defense. You don't see that very often, but that tells you a lot about the pace that Texas State likes to play at. Opposing team shooting 45% against the Bobcats, but only scoring 66 a game. Left baseline, this is Joel Wright, takes one dribble, 15-footer on the baseline, misses short, rebound goes to the Red Wolves. Here comes A-State, 3 minutes into the first half, tied at 7, trying to take the lead right here. Melvin Johnson, top of the key, makes a ball fake, dribbles onto the wing. Trying to get it inside to Van Slyke on the baseline. Cannon knocked it away. A-State to inbound underneath their own bucket here. It was kicked by Cannon. A-State will inbound with Dickerson doing the honors. Get it in on the wing to Townsend. Swinging around the perimeter to Melvin Johnson. Takes one dribble. Defender flies by. Johnson's 3 is good, and A-State takes the lead at 10-7. Melvin Johnson, second in the Sun Belt, fourth in the nation in three-point field goal percentage at 48%, able to drill it that time. Red Wolves with the three-point cushion. Cannon, right side, on the wing. Now will put it on the floor as he dribbles to the foul line. Give it left wing to Gant. Flip it off to Phil Hawkins. Hawkins puts it on the floor as he's guarded by Townsend. Drives right side, kick it out on the wing. The three try by Davis misses short. This will bounce out of bounds. A-State will get it back. 10-7 our score. A-State with the early lead and the basketball. Rakeem Dickerson will work it up the floor again, starting for the 8th straight game. He's averaging 5.5 points a game in conference play, 6 a game on the season here at the Convo. Washington gives right side on the wing to Ed Townsend, takes one dribble, give it up top to Rakeem. Dribbles onto the left side. His pass intended for Washington was tipped and stolen by Phil Hawkins. Here comes Texas State. 15:45 remaining opening half. Pass on the wing intended for Davis. Hit him on the left hand. It deflected out of bounds. Still the same 5 on the floor for Arkansas State. It started the ball game. Dickerson, Johnson, Townsend, along with Washington and Van Slyke. Line up the same for Danny Casper's team coming out of the break as well. Dickerson, high screen from Washington, feed it up top to Kurt Van Slyke. Tried to force it inside to Washington. It was well covered by Gant. The pass went too tall and out of bounds. Turnover by the Red Wolves. Texas State coming back the other way, 4.5 minutes in. 10-7, A-State on top, trying to protect a 3-point lead here. Hawkins gives a feed right wing over to Reed Cannon. Cannon, who had 16 points in 16 minutes off the bench in that first meeting, gives left side to Davis, right wing over to Phil Hawkins. Hits Joel Wright, went in and out of his hands. Dickerson came out with the basketball. Here come the Red Wolves, 3-on-2. Townsend to Johnson. Melvin lays it home. Texas State trying to beat the Red Wolves back down the floor. Joel Wright dribbling through traffic, goes up with a reverse jam. 12-9. A-State's lead cut right back down to 3. Kurt Van Slyke driving left side in the paint. Right-handed, a hook shot is good as he was able to spin around Joel Wright that time. Wright playing with his left hand wrapped. And all tape around that left hand as he tries to post up on Washington. The entry pass from Cannon was too tall. Deflected out of bounds off of Arkansas State. A-State done a pretty good job defensively to this point, but didn't get back just a moment ago in transition. Texas State, a team that really doesn't look to score quickly too often, and they surprised Arkansas State there. Wright off the inbounds. Right corner 3, misses long. Rebound goes to Arkansas State. Here come the Red Wolves up 5, 14-9. Left wing, Townsend open for 3, misses short. Long rebound tracked down by Van Slyke. Tried to save it into Townsend. It was poked away out of bounds by Cannon. A-State to inbound with a fresh 35, 14-17 remaining opening half. Red Wolves leading it by 5, 14-9. Rakeem Dickerson gets it into Kurt Van Slyke, handed off to Rakeem, who gets things going with the offense here. Melvin Johnson with Reed Cannon in his face, takes 2 dribbles left. Mount speed goes on the baseline to Washington. Backing in on Gant. Tried to give it up top to Townsend. The pass was low. Texas State able to come out with the steal. Davis had his pass intercepted by Townsend. Ed driving to the other end of the floor is fouled. And they get Wesley Davis with the reach. Fun to watch Ed when he gets out the open floor. He is the fastest man on the floor, and Texas State committing probably a pretty smart foul there. Second they've committed here in the first 6+ minutes. 13:54 remaining opening half. A-State on top 14-9 as we get a sub in for the Bobcats. Niall Smith, a 6'5 freshman, has come in for Cannon. And Texas State steals the inbounds. John Brady, after the Bobcats last 2 coming in, and A-State just dominated on both ends of the floor and route to the 23-point victory. A-State up 3 here as they try to get something going offensively. John Brady not happy with the 3 turnovers to this point. Just over 6 minutes in. Cam Golden is checked in for Rakeem Dickerson out of the timeout. Cam with the bounce feed, left block to Washington. Spins, gets the shot to go off the right side of the glass. Golden with the assist to his good friend Kendrick Washington. A-State up by 5, 16-11. Wesley Davis feeds Joel Wright up top. Give it left side on the wing over to Niall Smith. In the paint to Davis. Floater from 12. Misses short. Rebound goes to A-State. Kendrick Washington had position. Here come the Red Wolves. Up 5, trying to add on. Golden. Dribble handoff goes to Melvin Johnson. Between the circles to Ed Townsend. Left side to Golden. Bounce feed to Washington. Back to Cam. Golden for 3. Misses long. Kirk Van Slyke going for the rebound. Was tied up. Taven Gilder-Tilbury, the 6'7 freshman from Houston, had his hands on it as well. Texas State with the possession arrow will bring it back the other way. Checking in for the first time for Texas State is Gordon Ball, a 6'8 senior out of Houston. Transfer from Lamar State in Pennsylvania. 7 minutes in, A-State up by 5, 16-11. Right baseline, right double team, swinging around the perimeter. Left corner, this is Niall Smith. Feed it up top to Wright, trying to cross over on Washington, driving left side, gets it to rim home. Joel Wright, who had 22 in the first meeting in 27 minutes back on January 4th. Gets Texas State to within 3 at 16-13. Kirk Van Slyke with a long 3 try. Missed it left, and Texas State with the board. Now for Sean John Brady one there. Right corner, Joel Wright driving on the baseline, and an offensive foul is called. Kirk Van Slyke tried to hold his own with position on the baseline that time, and the push-off called against Wright. Wright called for his first, 3rd team foul called against Texas State here in the first 8 minutes. Here come the Red Wolves with Golden, Van Slyke, Johnson, Washington, and Townsend, the 5 on the floor. Red Wolves with the ball leading by 3, 16-13. Golden between the circles, gets a high screen from Van Slyke off the pick and roll. Kirk has it. Get it inside to Kendrick. Back to Kirk on the wing. Takes 2 dribbles, pulls up from 15. Shot is good for Van Slyke. Van Slyke now with 4 points. A-State leads it by 5. It's 18-13. Van Slyke with 23 in that victory Thursday over UT Arlington. Baseline feed goes to Gordon Long. Back to the bucket. Backs in on Van Slyke. Spins, goes up, and gets fouled. Van Slyke thought he got all ball. The fans here at the Convocation Center not happy about that call, but